here we are, the second phase of the vaccine rollout. NAFDAC has been preparing for this for about a year now. So you can ask yourself, why should I take the vaccine? Because NAFDAC certified it. Why should I take the vaccine? Because NAFDAC has been working around the clock to ensure that the health of our people is premium in whatever we do. Why should I take the vaccine? Because NAFDAC is the only agency in the world that is using track and trace to monitor where each vaccine vial goes. And they now call it the Abuja Principles. When the Moderna vaccine came from the US, we knew that the barcoding was not complete, so we had to have an emergency meeting to ensure we put the barcoding that will enable NAFDAC to track and trace. Our staff, about 30 staff, NAFDAC staff, have been working around the clock since Wednesday so that today will happen. But it's not just that. Any vaccine that comes to Nigeria, we have to test it. That is why you should go and take your vaccine, because we spend so much time on it.
To let all Nigerians know that these vaccines are safe and they have been tried and tested. We have not lost anybody to it in Nigeria. There are people who have had small complaints, but none of them has been fatal. And then to urge everybody to participate, we are looking for at least 70%. And the way things look, because we observe what goes on in other countries, it will probably need more than 70% of our citizens to give us herd immunity. There are countries today which are still suffering despite a large percentage of vaccinations. Those who have had 60% are still having very high cases, and their health systems have been overwhelmed. Our health systems are still standing up, and even though we have been commended for the response so far, it is dangerous for us to rest on our oars. We need to continue to work together. It is not the work of government alone. All of you, all Nigerians are involved. And particularly all of you who are here in the media, who send out the messages to tell the citizens that it is a job for everybody. Nobody is exempted from it. Wear your mask, observe social distancing, know that we are fighting a very dangerous disease that changes its forms, the mutation that gives us concern. Right now we are dealing with the Delta variant, and those of you who were watching the news, international news, will have seen the havoc that it did in India and in other countries. We do not want to get in that situation, and that is why this vaccination is extremely important for everybody to take seriously. It has been tested, and the MPHCDA has prepared very well to deliver it. As has been said, some vaccines are reserved for hard-to-reach areas, security-compromised areas, and also itinerant workers and nomadic people who will not get a second chance for a second vaccine.
To ensure that the African countries are not shortchanged in access to life-saving COVID-19 vaccines. Because the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a one-dose effective vaccine, the 177,600 doses will be focused on those who live in hard-to-reach areas. That is to say, those that live in riverine areas, desert areas, mountainous areas, security-compromised areas. This is because they are the people who may find it difficult to leave their homes to the health facility for the second dose vaccination. We will also be receiving today 698,880 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine, a donation from the UK government through the COVAX facility. These doses will be targeted as those that are due for their second dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be expecting up to 3.9 million additional doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine to complement what we already have, and to ensure that we cover not only those who will be taking their second doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine, but for those who would prefer to take their first doses as well.
The third wave with the Delta variant of the virus is here with us. This has resulted in upsurge of COVID-19 cases in the last few weeks. The arrival of 4,080,000 doses of Moderna vaccine donated by the government of the United States and the 177,600 doses of Johnson & Johnson vaccines out of the 29+ million doses the federal government has purchased through the African Import-Export Bank and the African Union is highly encouraging and motivating for us as the Presidential Steering Committee. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to assure you that the federal government is committed to ensuring that Nigerians have unfettered access to COVID-19 vaccines as the country will continue to invest in and access safe and effective vaccines. It is now the responsibility of every citizen to register and get vaccinated so that we can achieve our desired herd immunity of vaccinating at least 70% of our eligible population. The Presidential Steering Committee will continue to monitor with concern the increasing trend of COVID-19 cases in several countries, with special focus on those with high incidence rate and widespread prevalence of variants of concern. While government deeply empathizes with families who have lost loved ones to this virus and assures them that we will continue to do everything possible to minimize the surge of COVID-19 cases in Nigeria, citizens are strongly advised to minimize all non-essential international travels by land, air, or sea at this time, especially to countries that are showing rising numbers of cases and deaths from COVID-19. Consequently, restrictions are placed on travelers from Brazil, India, South Africa, and Turkey into Nigeria in line with our travel guidelines. Individuals, transporters, and airlines who flout the guidelines shall be sanctioned. State governments are required to ensure all returning travelers from all these countries adhere to the mandatory 7-day self-isolation period and the repeat of the COVID-19 PCR test on the 7th day after arrival. Violators would also be sanctioned accordingly. To the health workers of Nigeria, we remain eternally grateful for your services. And I will lend my voice to the appeal of distinguished Senator when he called on the members of the Nigerian Resident Doctors Association to respond to every invitation of negotiation and discussions so that we can bring to an end the current strike action that is affecting our health administration infrastructure. Let me continue to urge Nigerians that COVID-19 is nowhere gone. It's still very, very much around with us. And we must continue, I emphasize, that the only way to safeguard ourselves and our loved ones is to continue to adopt the non-pharmaceutical measures, which is the most likely cure we have for now. Wearing of face masks or any form of covering, washing our hands or use of sanitizers, maintain social distancing or physical distancing, and let's avoid large congregations for now. It is therefore my singular honor and privilege to officially flag off phase 2 COVID-19 vaccination in Nigeria on this day, Monday, 16th August 2021, to the glory of God and for the benefit of mankind.
Madam, may I know your name?
My name is Okpayemi Dosumo.
You just obtained or collected your vaccine. Can you tell me how you feel?
I was initially anxious, but now that I've taken it, I feel normal actually. There's no after pain yet, but I feel normal, yes.
There is this people saying that there is always a reaction. Are you expecting such reaction?
I won't say I'm expecting, but then I won't be surprised if anything happens after. But I'm not expecting a reaction.
Do you advise others to take?
Absolutely, yes. Yes, I will. For the protection of all, it's good that we all take the vaccine. Absolutely, yes.
So, what do you say to the people that just gave the vaccine?
I just gave.
What do you tell them, the people that just gave the vaccine?
Thank you for giving us the vaccine. Thank you for bringing the Moderna vaccine to Nigeria. It's well appreciated. It's from the atmosphere of everyone around here. It's well received. So thank you so much.
I'm Dr. Amin Abdouan Mohammed.
Okay, nice to see you. You've been so happy to inject people. What kind of vaccine are you giving them?
We're giving the Moderna vaccine against the COVID-19 disease. It will prevent the general populace from...
Oh yeah. Hello.